here with us. Today we get to not only touch that love that we're all going to be celebrating on Valentine's Day, but we get to enter into the very rich and beautiful spiritual legacy from the African American spiritual heritage. So you're going to experience amazing music and a look at one of the greatest of all the spiritual teachings. Join us and on the way, touch that beautiful wisdom within your own heart. Bless you.
In singing Lift Your Voice and Sing, otherwise known as the Negro National Anthem.
Let it resound, Lord. Good morning. I am Veronica Wolf, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Unity of Walnut Creek. Please take a moment and check your cell phone, and also turn and let's wave hi to our folks online. Your presence adds to our spiritual community. We're glad you're with us. Our reader for today is Sion, and join me in welcoming the Joyful Noise Choir. And they are directed by our own Reverend Sheila Gautreaux. So now let us open our service by focusing our intention through our opening affirmation. Please join me in prayerfully and powerfully speaking it together 3 times. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And once again, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And let's continue by reading aloud the statement of our unity. God's love is within each of us, guiding us to dynamically express our wholeness, wisdom, and abundance. We acknowledge the universal wisdom in the Christ teachings and in all spiritual paths. And now choose to open to the presence of divine love and to be changed at death. Throughout this sacred time, God is uplifting me, and through my heart, the world.
our ancestors, a strong, brave, and powerful people whose roots are planted in the soil of a great continent. You've brought us across a mighty ocean where troubled waters claimed 1,000,000 or more. But your loving hand was always there. We have lived, loved, cried, struggled, and died. And we have gone your way as you have claimed us to be with you and broken the chains of the painful years of oppression. While your loving hand was the balm that healed our wounds, we have walked hand in hand to break through the locked doors that kept us from our brothers and sisters. And your powerful guiding hand held the key. You have shown us our greatness in the faces of Harriet Sojourner, Martin, and Barack, through the bright and shining future of our daughters and sons. And your loving presence has sustained us. We are strong. We are courageous. We are powerful, and we still rise. Our home was once over Jordan, but now, O great God of Moses and Abraham, our home is in you.
I'm going to highlight a few of the events that are upcoming. Please see details in your bulletin and also on our website. So join our children for a Valentine's bake sale out on the patio. And this Wednesday evening, the Wave Service, Reverend Sheila will have special love songs to celebrate Valentine's Day. And our annual crab feed is the last Saturday of the month, and Leslie is selling tickets out on the patio.
Good morning. How many of you remember Janet Connor when she was here with us a number of years ago? Wonderful, wonderful experience. We've convinced her to leave Florida and come back and join with us again. She's going to be here this next Sunday, and she's going to be speaking at the services and doing a workshop afterwards. One of the reasons that we asked Janet to return is her experience with us was so powerful, and so many people found her work with really attuning to our guidance to be extremely successful. So we've asked her to come back and be with us, and she went through an experience of finding herself in a prosperity crisis and having to use that guidance and attunement to move through that and transform that. So she's going to be sharing that experience with us, as well as guiding us again into those wonderful ways of guidance and attunement. So a very, very special opportunity coming up, and wanted to share that with you. If you haven't experienced her, she has an article in this month's Daily Word. So a chance to touch in with her consciousness there. Also, now that's this Sunday coming up. Now, the first weekend of this coming month, we have a 3-day workshop by Sheila that is on the experience of self-forgiveness. Now, this is actually a workshop where people will be coming around the country to join us here, because Sheila is a recognized national leader in this experience, and it is very powerful. It is something that is a tremendous opportunity to get to experience. So, Nancy, would you share a little bit about that with us?
Well, for me, forgiveness was a topic I was very uncomfortable with. I would turn the page in the Daily Word, and I'd see the topic was forgiveness, and I'd groan. Oh, okay. I knew this was a subject I needed to address for my spiritual growth, but my heart just wasn't open to it. The Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a shift from fear to love. That shift occurred for me when I attended the forgiveness workshop that Sheila facilitated last year. It was an amazing experience. For me, the most important learning was the miracle of learning to release the anger, resentment, and hurt, and transform that or shift those emotions into love and compassion. It all comes down to a simple willingness. Willingness to see things differently. Willingness to see others differently as beloved children of God, even when they push your buttons. I now recognize that when those folks push buttons in me, that is my opportunity to heal and to finally learn that lesson and to move further along my spiritual path. I'm not always successful, but at least now I have some great tools in my spiritual tool belt that can help get me there. I'm looking forward to attending Sheila's workshop for self-forgiveness, for gathering further insights, getting more tools, and letting myself off the hook. For further information about dates, times, and costs, Sheila's going to be outside on the patio. She's got a table set up, and she'll answer any questions that you have, and you can find out all the information about the workshop. I strongly urge you to attend. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Now we welcome our guests. So if you are here with us for the first time, we welcome you into our spiritual community. We would love to meet you, and we invite you to experience our community as our guest at a Unity event of your choosing. So please take the very important presence card from the seat pocket in front of you to the welcome table on the patio, and you can learn more about us and receive your gift certificate. So if you are new and you are willing, raise your hand. We would like to acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Glad you're here. We would like to extend a special blessing to everyone who's new here and online. And we say together, we love you, we bless you, we behold the light of God shining through you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Let's take a moment and greet each other until the music begins.
Okay, wiggle around, get comfortable. Take that deep breath through your heart, and as you breathe out and let go, settle yourself comfortably for this very special journey. This journey to the center of our hearts. This journey where we open to touch and experience the presence of this divine love. Come by here, my Lord. Draw me into that awareness where I know my oneness with you. Awaken me to know, to experience, to be that presence that I truly am. To own, to acknowledge, to be this beautiful truth. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am wisdom. I am wisdom. I am wisdom. I am power. I am power. I am power. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Beloved Mother, Father, God, infinite love, beloved presence. What a joy it is to know that this beautiful experience we find upon our hearts, the experience of love, is the experience of your presence, not separate from us, but one expressing as us. And so we make that joyous choice to express that power and presence of love by sending it forth to touch, to lift, to heal. And we begin by sending it first to our own bodies for our healing and well-being. We send it to mind and heart for wisdom and understanding. We radiate this divine love to each one dear to us, enfolding, blessing, lifting, healing. We send this love across this spiritual community, becoming a part of the light and wisdom that flows through each one, blessing everything in their world. We radiate this love. We send it to every prayer request brought here, knowing that this love within each one lifts them into that which is the very highest. We send this love across the communities in which we live, across our nation and the nations of the world, to heal the fears of all people and to bring forth their great wisdom and compassion. We send this love to all who join us in prayer, whether in mosque or synagogue, temple or church, whether gathered at home or on the hillsides. For in seeking to know you, we are all one. And we radiate this love, sending it to Mother Earth, to all her creatures, And we enfold the earth with this love to touch the heart of every single person in the earth. For you are that love in every heart. And in that love, we are one. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Please join me. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And once again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. It is so. Amen.
Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock, coming up, Lord.
Sings a lyre and a conjure too.
If you don't find out, he'll conjure you.
If I could, I surely would.
Just stand on the rock where Moses stood.
Rock Elijah rock.
Shout, shout about
Elijah rock.
We're gonna shout, shout about Elijah rock coming up. Elijah rock coming up. Elijah rock coming up. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah rock coming up, Lord. Elijah rock, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up, Lord. Elijah Rock, shout, shout. Elijah Rock coming up, Lord.
Good morning, you beautiful children of God. Greet your neighbor. Good morning, you beautiful child of God. Good morning, you beautiful child of God. Woo! Well, what a treat today. We get to take this Sunday before Valentine's Day and focus it on celebrating our African American spiritual heritage. All this rich blessing that has come from this amazing, amazing spiritual tradition. And you know, as we experience the music, we realize how extensive this the African American experience has touched and really, really changed and revitalized the whole experience of spiritual worship and spiritual connection. And then we get a chance to touch in today on one of the great demonstrations of the most powerful of all of spiritual teachings. So what a gift, because it's all about love. And so to make this journey, I want to start with what we hear when we begin to hear the music. Okay, there is something that's called the greatest commandment or the greatest teaching, and it is the universal spiritual focus that you will find in every single expression of spirituality and religion. And it's this: love God. Very simple. From Jesus, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" And Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment." Okay. Now let's look at it around the world, from the Hindu, from the Bhagavad Gita, this from Krishna. "Having been born in this transient and forlorn world, give all your love to me. Fill your mind with me, love me, serve me, worship me always. Seeking me in your heart, you will at last be united in me." Same beautiful teaching. And in one form or another, we find this, in every journey into the religion. So that kind of gives us this greatest commandment, the understanding that's the direction. But I want to look at something else. I want to look at what I believe is the most powerful teaching. And it's the most powerful because it takes this ideal focus and it brings it down into that which transforms the world that we are in. That which frees us and takes us to an entirely higher level of expression. It's also the most difficult. Love your enemies. Okay? I never did like that one. Love your enemy. Okay. So, and I had I've had a number of experiences, they're quite consistent, that I recognize happens, and it's around this teaching. When people are looking at a challenge in their life, something there, it's difficult, they've got somebody who is really denying their presence, their contribution, their person, somehow or other, really being that person who shows up in your life and just stops your life. Anybody have somebody like that show up? What happens is I end up hearing from them this statement: I know that I should love them, but. And the but is again and again. But if I do that, then I have to roll over and let them continue what doesn't work. And my heart always goes, oh, that's not what it's about. That's not what it is. But I realize that we have the idea of loving someone is so much there. So let's since we're going to do this, realizing that teachings are wonderful things. They were given a long time ago. They're given by various teachers. And the only thing they have anything to do about is being right here, right now. So, let me just check in. Have you got a favorite enemy that needs loving? Okay, someone that you've been kind of keeping in your world to, sort of block you and be that resistance, you're not all right, that, thing. And I say that because as good Unity students, you know there's no enemy out there. But we let people kind of play that role for us, don't we? So just take a look. Who's doing that in your world right now? I bet you don't have to look real hard. Okay, kind of right there. Okay, now, if you got somebody, if you're able to focus in on somebody, you hold that somebody. I want to acknowledge two other experiences that happen in our spiritual cycle, because there are times when we have gone past the outer manifestation and we're now just dealing with the inner enemy. That magnificent part of yourself that says, you are not okay. Okay, you don't have what it takes. You're the wrong way. You're too dumb or in the wrong place, or you're too fat, too thin, too tall, too short, too whatever you have decided to be to block your good. Okay? That part of you that's doing that to you, that works. You can call that enemy. Okay? Because it is stopping your good. So what the teaching is doing is it's focusing on how do we deal with this which stops the good in our life. And the difficulty is that when we hear the teaching of loving it, we go into what's a legitimate place. First of all, in our relationships, we've entered into love where we've freely opened and been glad to really receive that thought and desire and need of the other, and to let that become a part of ours. It's a legitimate, a beautiful experience in our experience of love. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, we're talking about a very different experience of love. The other thing that happens is, if you'll remember back in that love your enemy thing, well, there's a line that comes a couple verses later which says, turn the other cheek, go the second mile. Remember that one? Generally, I think it's fair to say we completely and totally misunderstand what that's about. And here's why. If you experience abuse and you turn the other cheek, you have neither loved yourself nor the person in front of you. That's not love. So it's time to look at it a little different. Okay? And fortunately, now I will take a time and explore the turn the other cheek. There's wonderful instruction and wisdom there, and it's very, very beautiful and very deep. And we have taken it out of context and out of culture. But fortunately, we have an awesome example of loving our enemy. And we have it from the amazing spiritual leadership that came through Martin Luther King, through the civil rights movement, when we got to see what real love expressed as. And so I invite you, if you find yourself in looking at this part of the self or that person in your world that becomes into that role that wants to block your good, that which is in that concept of enemy. Let's look there. And understanding that Dr. King really did that work, and the focus that he brought from the experience of this teaching of Jesus. Now, he also had the great gift of the wonderful wisdom and work that Gandhi and others had done. When I invite you to imagine back in that time of segregation, back in the Deep South. Imagine being there maybe on the streets of Selma, Alabama, when the people of that community chose to love themselves enough to stand together and say, no more. And they loved those people who had been a part of a system of oppression, a system enforced by the law, enforced by violence, and the encouragement of violence beyond the law, and loved them enough to say no more. That is a picture of love. Let me take you to a different teacher. This was such a delight to discover from the world of Islam. The first from the Quran. The good deed and the evil deed are not alike. Repel the evil deed with one which is better. Then lo, he between whom and you there is enmity shall become as though he were a bosom friend. So you see the focus similar to what Jesus is teaching. The love the enemy, little different context and focus. But then there's another Islamic sacred text that gives us this insight. According to Anas, after the messenger of God, Muhammad, said, "Help your brother, whether he is oppressor or oppressed," Anas replied to him, "O messenger of God, a man who is oppressed, I am ready to help. But how does one help an oppressor?" Muhammad's response: by hindering him from doing wrong. By hindering him from doing wrong. Standing there saying no. What? Love. Taking the beautiful power of love that we have to meet the things that are before us. What happens is when you really love, it is love for yourself because you are love. So when you step into that point of love, then that which creates harmony and clarity, and every time it's present, there is a fullness of intelligence and wisdom because it's the nature of love. You can't love without wisdom being there with you. It is part of the experience of love itself. So when we love, that love for the self that says, no more. That love that finally responds to that voice in you saying, you're not good enough, by saying, no more. That responds to that which we have allowed to stop our lives by giving our power away to another and says, no more. When that happens, within you is the most beautiful, clear, powerful wisdom. And you know what to do. You know how to go forward in a way that loves not only you, but whoever that special being is that you ask to play that role. Okay? You are divinely guided. You see that love thing is that point where you're one with that infinite wisdom. It is there responding to you. And you get to show up as you really are. I am love. I am divinely guided. Join me. I am love. I am divinely guided. Again. I am love. I am divinely guided. Again. I am love. Feel it. I am divinely guided. You are the love, you are the light, you are the power, you are the presence of the divine. You are there in that situation for one reason only, to free you and all that is involved. Because that divine love would have nothing less. And Valentine's Day is coming up. Pretty soon. The greatest Valentine that you could ever give is to show up as who you really are. Bless you.
Okay, try that all from the front row. If you would like prayer support for challenges or celebrations, our heart ministers are available after service here in the sanctuary and out on the patio. You can identify them by their lavender stoles. You're also invited to place a prayer request in our prayer box by the front door or at the book center, or by pressing the prayer request link on our website. We will be praying with you throughout the week. And now it is time for our prosperity celebration. For Love in Action or credit card donations, there are envelopes provided on the back of each chair. So I invite you to take your tithe, your love offering in your hand, and be aware that God is the source of all of your good. And repeat the affirmation with me together, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful.
Wow, we're so blessed, aren't we? Woo! Now our children are out getting ready for you to show up at the tables for their bake sale. So they aren't coming in for us. So let's take and send our blessing out to them, including that blessing for that amazing, delightful child within you. Together, children, you are loved, special, and important. God loves you, and so do we. And we receive these gifts, so grateful for this awareness of God as our infinite, abundant source, blessing and bringing to fulfillment all that is before us with joy. Amen. So let's stand and take hands and share together our prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song. the love and the light and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.